What's up? What's up? Okay, we're going to let some more people hop on, but today's pre-show, we're going to be talking about everything driving for dollars. And those of you that don't know who I am, we are waiting for Pace Morby to hop on. He's going to be helping me through the process. But for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Bryce Herrera, and I'm going to be the one driving for dollars every single day. So I think it's a great opportunity if you haven't gotten your first deal, or maybe you're just getting your second or third. Driving for dollars is going to be such a great way for you guys to actually get there, right? And it's my job to be, a moral support to help you guys, drive for dollars and answer all of your questions. So I'm going to be going live, guys, every single day, Monday through Friday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'm going to be talking about my day. I'm going to be answering any questions that you guys have, and I'm going to be showing you guys in real life exactly what we do to run a successful driving for dollars business. Okay, so we're gonna wait for a few minutes until Pace actually hops in, and then we're gonna keep touching base of how to drive for dollars, what you should be doing, where you should be looking. So that's kind of what we're gonna be touching on today, and moving forward is we're gonna have some special guests coming in. We're gonna have some special guests that have done deals driving for dollars. So in the comments, guys, before we get started, a lot of people are starting to hop on here. If you've gotten a deal from driving for dollars using the BatchDriven app, let me know in the comments, guys. Please let me know. Sounds like you're here. Yeah, Tristan, you are actually in the other room. Good to have you here, bro. Pace, yep. Ava, how's it going, Ava? Yeah, so pretty much we're going to talk about my day, I guess, until we can have, Pace hop in. So today I actually drove for dollars, added 74 properties today. And I can tell you guys kind of what I was looking for, just so that when you're building your driving for dollars list, you have a good idea of what to add to that list. So today, before I even got started, I knew exactly where I was going to go, right? So that's step one, is you want to know where exactly you're going to start driving for dollars, right? So for me, I reached out to Pace Morby and I asked him, hey, if I were to start driving for dollars right now, what zip codes or what neighborhoods would you want to do deals in, right? And he gave me a list of certain zip codes. He's buying all in Maricopa County. So that's kind of where I knew I was going to start. So on the BatchDriven app, I was just physically driving for dollars every single day, and I was tagging 25 to 30 properties, right? And there was 4 things that I was looking for on a house before I actually added it to my list, right? So there's going to be 4 things, and I'll list them off real quick. It looks like Pace is hopping on. So the first thing that you're going to look for is probably the most obvious, is going to be the landscape, right? Are there overgrown weeds? Is the grass dead? And then the second thing you guys need to look for is the exterior of the house. Is the paint chipping? Okay. Are there boarded up windows? Are there broken windows? And then the third thing that you guys want to look for is the roof, right? Is the roof have missing shingles? Does it have tarps on it? And then the fourth thing that you guys want to look for that's just super obvious is rundown cars, right? So are there cars broken down on the side of the house, or are there piles of trash? So as long as it hits 2 or more of those points, then you're going to add that to your driving for dollars list. Okay, so that's what I was looking for today, and I added 74 properties today. So that's going to be a good little list. 75 Friday. Yep. You guys want to make sure you're able to hit a number that you can be consistent with, right? So that's kind of all it boils down to. And Pace touches on this all the time, is consistency, right? So you want to make sure that you're able to hit a number consistently. And that number for me was 50, right? So I knew I can consistently hit 50 houses per day. Just me, Sandy. I have a possible deal from the app. Awesome. How long have you been, Sandy, how long have you been driving for dollars? Let me know.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. How's your birthday, Pace?
Bro, my birthday was so good. Tell me what you talking about with the people today. We got a little over 100 people. Where you at? Tell me what you're talking about.
So I was just telling him about my day, kind of what it consisted of, what I was looking for before I added these properties to the list.
Love it. So tell me about it. Let's walk through it.
Yeah. So I was telling them the first thing that you want to do as far as an action item is you want to talk to a cash buyer and figure out what areas they're buying in. Right. So for me, I came to you and I said, hey, if I start driving for dollars pace, what zip code or what neighborhoods do you want me to drive in? Right. So that was the
I think
first
I've been
thing.
seeing you driving in some of these mobile home manufactured areas, right?
Yep.
Can you pull it
Love the
up on your
mobiles.
screen of what that looks like?
Yeah. Let me share this.
Hey, everybody in the audience. So good to see you guys. We've got about 150 people here. This is the warm-up show, and we're really contemplating bringing it back. Basically having Bryce run it on a weekly basis. And here's why. Wholesale Hotline is here so that you guys can learn how to generate leads, how to talk to sellers, and ultimately how to sell your deals to buyers. So one of the best ways to find good deals is by driving for dollars. And so Bryce actually sold his first deal ever to Cody and myself by driving for dollars. So we hired Bryce. We said, dude, like, you want to make more money? Let's go. How much money did you end up making on that first deal, by the way?
That first assignment was $10,000.
Love it. So the first assignment was $10,000. By the way, if you guys are driving for PropStream or you're doing driving for dollars for PropStream what's the other one called? The other one's called Deal Machine.
Deal Machine.
If you bring up those company names in the side channel, I will. I'm gonna pop you out. I'm gonna put you on timeout. I'm gonna put the dunce hat on you and have you sit in the corner for a couple of minutes. So you were driving. We ended up hiring you, and long story short, here you are. You're providing value to other people and showing them, hey, dude, like I got my first deal driving for dollars. And so on a daily basis, you're out in the field running the Instagram for BatchDriven. And the way to find that is BatchDriven app. Did you actually go through and post anything on BatchDriven app Instagram today?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a minimum of 10 posts per day, just to kind of show you guys, where I'm starting, what the properties actually look like before I add them. So I went through there and I have about 10 stories on there. So if you guys want to follow me on the BatchDriven app on Instagram. And if you guys have any questions, I'm there to be, a moral support and help you guys out.
Love it. All right. So you spend your days doing your administrative tasks, planning out your week, getting gas, creating new folders, etc. So your goal today, this was just 5 hours ago, was 50 distressed properties. Okay. So I'm actually going through the Instagram that you're posting on a daily basis, right? So, which is cool because I look at these other companies, right? PropStream or Deal Machine. Guys, I would bet you $1,000 that not one person in those organizations that are running those companies are actually doing real estate deals. Okay, so what's cool about BatchDriven is it was built by people who are doing deals, and they have a whole support team of people still out in the deals, the streets doing deals. And Bryce is one of those guys that are out in the streets on a daily basis. He's there to have you DM him and say, hey, I have a question about a property, or hey, is this a property that you would put into one of your folders? Or hey, I put this into a folder. Now what do I do? What are the metrics? Should I bring somebody with me? Should I, those types of questions? That is what Bryce is out there for. Okay. So please, guys, go follow Bryce on BatchDriven app on Instagram right now. I'm going to watch because I actually have access to the Instagram. I want to see you guys follow. Right now, there's about 1,500 followers. Let's see if we can get the BatchDriven app up to 1,600 followers on this live. That's only 53 people. We have close to 200 people watching. Okay, so guys, thank you, Jamil. Appreciate that. So the cool thing is, because we're bringing this show back, we are bringing the show back, the warm-up show. And so we want to be able to bring you guys massive value and then ultimately give you the main show at 5 o'clock. So today in 19 minutes, Jamil will be showing up, Brent will be showing up, and then I will be jumping in to the main show. So today we actually have a really good topic. The topic is finding buyers. So many people ask this question. How do I find buyers? What's my script with the buyers? All those kind of things. We're going to do that today. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But every single Monday, we want to make sure that the first 30 minutes of this show is all around warming you guys up and reminding you of the bare necessities and the basics of this business, which are generating leads and getting out into the field. So please check it out. I'm already getting followers. Love it.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, dude, we just got like 11 followers on Instagram. That's dope. Thank you guys. Can you guys please, I want to get this up to 1,600 followers. And I want you guys to do me a favor. Take a picture right now. Okay, take a picture on your phone of Bryce and myself on the Wholesale Hotline and tag BatchDriven so that BatchDriven can re-tag you. So here's what I want. What I specifically told Bryce is I told him I want him to be a massive support system of somebody that's actually doing deals out in the field all day long, bringing value that no other app is bringing the value, okay, of somebody actually doing deals. Now, above and beyond that, I want him to be a support system. I want him to tell you his goals. I want him to be transparent and say, hey, man, I didn't get a deal this week, or I haven't gotten a deal in 2 weeks, or whatever it is, so that we can have real conversations of what this business really looks like and how long it takes for people to get a deal and another deal and another deal and another deal. So, and how much did I make on that first deal you did, Bryce? Do you remember Cody telling you how much?
I think Cody said you made like 29 or 30,000.
Nice. So we actually bought the deal from you. We actually closed escrow. We went and did a fix and flip, and my team made 30 grand, which means I probably made around 10 grand. So you made 10 grand, I made 10 grand, Cody made 10 grand, and then, you know, people on the team and whatever else expenses. So essentially that one deal netted 3 people $10,000 each from driving for dollars.
And Pace, the best part about the driving for dollars is the fact that I was starting out and I had no idea what to say to these sellers. There was no competition, right? So, I mean, you can go pull a list, but the reality is if you pull that list from like list stores, batch leads, there's going to be so many people with competition. Driving for dollars list is going to be custom and it's going to be niche to you, right? No investor is driving down the same exact road. And that's the point of driving for dollars is you want to have, you know, a list compiled of all of these distressed properties that you can market to without breaking the bank.
Love it. Guys, we only need 32 more followers. Can you guys help us out? We're nearly at 200 people watching this show. I need 32 people. Can 32 people go and follow this boy? Freaking Bryce is out in the field every day, Monday through Friday. What times are you out in the field, Arizona time? And what time do you get out of the field?
So it's roughly, I start at around 10 a.m. is when I start my day. And then we'll finish driving for dollars. It really just depends on, you know, the area. But I would say we finish in about two to 3 hours driving for dollars.
Love it. So did you get your 50 houses today on driving for dollars?
I actually got 74 houses today.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So let's see. You said 50 distressed is your goal. Love it. Broken down cars, terrible roof. Dude, I might want to buy some of those cars, dog. Shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Wow. Dude, oh my gosh. Some of these people look like they have a used car dealership in their driveway, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or landscape, distressed roof. Love it. Love it. Love it. Trash, terrible exterior. So here's what we're going to plan on doing. We're going to plan on letting Bryce take people out in the field. If you guys are in Arizona or you're stopping by, this was kind of a cool thing. So Steve Trang, Jerry Norton, myself, and a couple of other guys in the business ended up having a mastermind all at the same time in Phoenix. So there was like hundreds of real estate investors that flew in from out of town. So if you guys ever come in for like a Sean Terry event or a Steve Trang event, Brent Daniels event, etc., you guys are always welcome to hit us up. Bryce, you know how to reach Bryce. How do we reach Bryce? We reach Bryce by going to BatchDriven app on Instagram and DMing him and saying, hey man, I'm in town. Can I go around with you? Would anybody be interested in actually jumping in Bryce's car, driving for dollars, and learning the tricks of the trade? Would anybody be interested? And also, what might be cool is actually doing some driving for dollars live on this warm-up show every once in a while. Tell me if you guys would be up for that.
That'd be awesome.
Malik Silvera says, what do I do if I only have one comp? We'll let Jamil answer that today. But guys, do me a favor. We've got nearly 200 people watching live. The main show hasn't even started. I want to get, oh, here we go. Here's some followers. I need 25 followers on Instagram. 25 guys. Help me out. If you guys are not following Bryce on Instagram, BatchDriven app on Instagram, please do me that favor. I think there was a couple of people that gave the link. Who can share the link for everybody else one more time? Let's see what we got here. Did you see the link in here?
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it's on the screen right now. Instagram.com/BatchDriven app. All I want you guys to do is follow, because what you're going to see is on a weekly basis, you're going to see exactly what Bryce is doing out in the field. Okay. His full-time job is driving for dollars and then helping people also drive for dollars. So he's not just talking about it. He's actually out in the field doing the work. And if you got, here's the thing. If we get up to like, oh yeah, here we go. I only need 18 more followers, guys. It's pretty simple. Give me my 18 followers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start having Bryce take people out in the field. I'm going to have Bryce start knocking doors and showing people how to knock doors. Would you guys tell me this? Would you be more interested in knocking doors conversation or driving for dollars conversation? Johnny Sanchez, my first deal was driving for dollars, vacant lot. I love land. Rob Webb, thank you so much. Says he just followed. Jeremiah Rosa, already following. Thank you, Jeremiah. Johnny Sanchez says he'd rather have a conversation about driving for dollars. Guys, I'm curious. Would you, for future content, would you have driving for dollars or door knocking conversation? Which one interests you guys more? Which one would you guys feel like you would get more value from? All right. We got some knocking doors.
Got a few of those.
Mark. Ooh, thank you guys. Mark Frias says knocking doors. Jesus Hernandez says knocking doors. I love it. Seems like we have a little bit more driving for dollars, because I feel like at the end of the day, I think people realize knocking doors is going to get them a deal probably faster because you're just going right up to the house. But at the end of the day, it's also a little bit fear. Like people have a little bit of fear regarding knocking doors. Is that right, guys? Do you guys feel like there's a little bit of fear involved with knocking doors, but driving for dollars is like, yo, I don't have to actually go knock their door. I can text them. I can call them. I can send them a direct mail. Is that the reason why knocking doors is a little bit scarier? Let's see. Virtual driving for dollars.
Yeah. I actually have a Zoom after this. Someone messaged me on the BatchDriven app and wants me to do, hop on a Zoom with them to show them how to virtually drive for dollars. So I'd be happy to do that. Hop on some phone calls with you guys, whatever you guys need.
What day are you guys actually like focusing on just driving for dollars? Do you and Matt have a show, right? Like on Fridays or something?
Yeah, Friday, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
And where can they find that? Is that on Pace's Instagram or Pace's YouTube, or where is that?
That's going to be on the Creative Finance Facebook page.
Love it. So Creative Finance Facebook page. Awesome. All right. So go through your day. Today you went and drove for dollars. You got how many houses and how much time?
74 houses in the span of about an hour, 45 minutes. And I
killed
2 birds with 1 stone.
minutes. Homeboy got 76 houses.
Right.
That's
and I was
amazing.
listening to a podcast the entire time. So you want to be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
It better be a TTP podcast.
It is TTP. I'm gonna listen to that tonight. Promise you, Brent. And then I was actually listening to Sunday service today.
Oh, love it. From last night?
Yes.
I wasn't on there. I was busy getting laid for my birthday.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Cody says, what can I get you for your birthday, dude? And I go, let me and my wife spend some quality time together. So he ended up taking care of Sunday service, which is great. It was Noah Hoffman who actually runs all of my he runs all of my Airbnbs, and he was I heard he was a great guest last night. Did you enjoy listening to it?
Yeah, he was tons of value. I learned a lot.
Love it. What's cool about him is that he flies all over the country and sets up my Airbnbs. So like I've got one in Atlanta going on right now. I bought seller finance. I've got one in Dallas going on right now. I bought seller finance. And what he does is he orders all the furniture, gets everything set up. It all gets delivered to the house. He then flies in, finds a couple people like local support, sets up the house, gets the utilities set up in his name. So I don't have to ever mess with the utilities. And then essentially just he collects all the rent from Airbnb, gets me all the 5-star ratings and all that kind of stuff. And then every month on the same day of the month, I get a check. And that's it. That's awesome. My entire involvement. We need to get Bryce. We need to get you an Airbnb. What's that?
Yes, that would be great. From driving from dollars, we'll get a Airbnb from driving from dollars.
Yes, why not? Love that. Yeah. So anybody that's looking to get some extra value throughout the week, here's what I would do. Bryce, this is what I want you to do, okay? I want you to start on one of those posts out of those 10 stories that you're putting on BatchDriven Apps Instagram. I want you to talk about the one podcast that you're listening to while you're driving for dollars per day. Okay. So I think that'll give people a lot of value and realizing like you guys shouldn't just be hanging out doing nothing, listening to podcasts. You guys should be out in the field listening to podcasts. Like Wholesaling Inc. has great ones. Sunday Service is amazing. Brent Daniels has a live every single Wednesday that would be really, really good. And I think that gets streamed to his YouTube. So you can go back and watch that as many times as you want. So essentially you have endless content. You can take your kids, you can do all that kind of stuff. So here's what I want to do. Hey, Kelly, I know you're on here paying attention. I want to have Georgia on our team design a t-shirt just for Bryce to give out on a weekly giveaway. So every week he's going to be announcing the person that asked the best question or was the most active. They were the people that were tagging the most, whatever Bryce decides. And I want to send out a care package to that person every single week. Okay. So Bryce, on Wholesale Hotline, I want you to start the show off in the first 5 minutes and talk about one person that you saw was super active. They were tagging you. They were interactive in the DM. You guys were challenging each other, etc. And that person's going to get the t-shirt that we're going to specially make. It's going to be you dressed up as a vampire. It's going to be sick.
Come on now. Kelly's right in front of me too. She's laughing.
But yeah, what we'll do is we'll have Kelly and the team, Georgia, design a t-shirt, and then you can give it out every single week to the person who's the most active on tagging you on BatchDriven app on Instagram every single week. So you got 76 leads. What are you going to do with those leads now that you got them?
So the first week, what I was planning to do was build that list, and then we're going to export that list to a virtual assistant, so that virtual assistant can start cold calling and texting it. And then you want to keep building your list. So I think it's super important to go, the first week, add as many properties as you can, just so you kind of have, that guideline. And then if you don't have a VA, you can call it yourself, you can text it yourself. But the idea is to keep hitting this super niche list until these people are essentially telling you to take you off the list, right? So we're going to then export it to the VAs. The VAs then going to cold call. They're going to start texting it, and then we'll hopefully generate some leads from that.
Bryce.
Yeah, Brent, how's it going?
Why don't you call him?
I'll call him.
Yeah, you will.
We can do that.
Yeah, you will. You're going to get there a lot faster, brother. You're going to get there a lot faster. I mean, listen, VA's fantastic. I think we all know where to go to get the VAs, vahub.com. But Bryce, my man, you're out there. You're putting all that good stuff in your brain. You need to get in action. You need to be in front of those sellers. So I know you will. But I want everybody to know that as well.
Yeah.
Bryce, so Brent, Bryce works for my team. He's out in the field all day long. He's on my acquisitions department, but his main focal point is driving for dollars. And what we've been trying to do is figure out, if Bryce goes out and he drives for dollars, let's say 75 to 150 houses a day.
Yeah.
He comes back to the office. How can he deliver value at the highest degree for the people that are paying attention and following him? So we're kind of working on this where we're thinking about doing a live show every day with Bryce for like 45 minutes to an hour. He then takes those leads that he gets from the day. He uploads those to the dialer for the cold callers, but he goes through and maybe calls the first 20, 30 or so and just shows people, hey, here's the script. Here's how it's done. And he just does it for an hour every single day. Because the reality is I really want him spending a ton of time helping people see how rudimentary and basic driving for dollars really needs to be. It's just get out in your car, listen. Yeah, go ahead.
He can make the calls right in front of the house, can he?
Yeah, he can. Well, what we're trying to do is like have him run the Instagram as well. So you know what I'm saying? Like he can make the calls in front of the house. This is why we really need a couple of people here in Phoenix that will go out in the field with Bryce so that they can hold the phone while Bryce goes live in the field. It would be super helpful. So if anybody is watching live from Phoenix, please DM Bryce on BatchDriven app on Instagram, and we'll get you on the field because it'd be super dope to be able to go live where you are in the car watching him just call the seller. Bryce is great on the phone. Bryce is great on the phone. One of my best rentals this year is a sub 2 that Bryce locked up for me. The dude can do creative deals. He can do wholesale deals. He's great.
I love it. I love it. And he's like 10 out of 10 handsome. Look at this guy. Come on.
Yes.
Everybody's
he just got his driver's
him.
license too. That's why we just put him out in the field.
This guy needs to be in the camera. Look at this guy. Incredible. Well, I'm excited to watch it, Bryce. That's going to be really, really, really excellent. I mean, listen, guys, it's not rocket science, right? Bryce has been talking about it for the last 26 minutes. Go out there, find ugly houses, get their phone numbers. Boom. You can do it all through BatchDriven. You know, I mean, it's all right there. So
guys, do us a favor, by the way. We have officially, we're at 1,593 followers on Instagram for BatchDriven app. It's a very active, you know, most companies on Instagram are not very active. Bryce is personally in the DMs. Bryce is personally posting every single day while he's out in the field. Get us an extra 7 followers there. And if we get an extra 7 followers before Wholesale Hotline starts in 2 minutes, I'll have Bryce go live tomorrow and call some sellers. Bryce, you up for it?
Yeah, of course. Anything to get value.
Awesome. Love that. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we will be starting here in about 1 to 2 minutes for Wholesale Hotline Live. Bryce, you're the freaking man, dude. I really appreciate you coming in on here. Guys, we will see you here shortly with Brent Daniels, Jamil Damji, and myself on the main show, Wholesale Hotline Live, show number 53. We'll be right back.
Here we go. Oh my goodness. Listen, to all our old friends and to all our young friends and to all of our new friends, welcome to Wholesale Hotline number 53. Brent Daniels, TTP, Pace Morby, sub 2, and Jamil Damji, out of this world with the astro flipping. We are here, and we're here for you guys, for the questions and the answers. And we've got an incredible show tonight, all about building your cash buyer database. And we have somebody here that is the absolute pinnacle when it comes to building the most robust cash buyer database, and that is Mr. Damji, Mr. Jamil Damji. Jamil, how are you, brother?
I'm excellent, guys. How are you?
So excited about this show. I mean, this is just all in a line. We have been putting themes to our show every single week, and I think that's really helped out. What do you think, Pace?
Bro, I think it's been a lot of fun. I think for just our side of things too, gives us something to look forward to. We love being able to deep dive on one topic rather than kind of being all over the place. I even talked to somebody the other day about their notes. They said, you know, I take notes whenever I'm on Zoom. I take notes whenever I'm listening to a podcast. And they liked how they could even separate their notes from episode to episode rather than from like every single question is just all over the place. And Jamil has been crushing it. Last week was an amazing episode. Freaking loved it. All about comping. And today, this is a common question I get all the time. I am pumped. And I think, guys, if you guys are liking it too, please make a comment in the side that you guys enjoy when we talk about one topic and we deep dive on that topic versus just kind of all over the place.
Well, let me crack this egg open real quick, Jamil. What do you think? And I say the egg on purpose because it's the chicken and the egg, right?
Yep.
And do you build a cash buyer database first, or do you find opportunities first, right? There's a lot of debate, a lot of different coaches coach a different strategy. A lot of people say, well, listen, if you don't have anything to sell to these guys, then they're not going to, I mean, what are you going to do? You're just going to fake them out for a while. You're going to start off the relationship hoping that they're going to work with you. Or you say, hey, listen, I'm out there hustling, and you know what people want to buy. And that's what you target so that you know once you get a deal, you know you can sell that deal. So Jamil, let's crack this egg wide open. What do you think, man?
Well, first things first, thank you so much for that introduction, Brent. That was fabulous. I wanted to just make sure, do I sound as smooth as Pace?
No.
You have your mic?
Yeah, it's right here. You just can't see it. But yeah, I've got a mic. My levels
You got to
are
put it right by you, brother.
Jamil, do me a favor.
Yeah.
So on your screen, you see where it says cam mic?
Yeah.
Click on that.
I did.
And make sure that it says on audio, make sure it says Rodecaster Pro is turned on for your mic.
How's that? Any better?
That is better. That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, guys. So, and the reason I asked,
And we just lost him.
And we just lost you. Somehow you got muted somehow.
So for whatever reason, it bumps me off the Rodecaster. I'll have to have you come back here and help me out, Pace. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm gonna have terrible audio for this.
Actually, It's not terrible. It's perfectly fine. You don't need to worry about it.
Okay. Well, let's just dive right into it. So what do you do first? Do you get a buyer first, or do you get your deal first? Well, I'm gonna say this, and here's the thing that a lot of coaches haven't talked about, which is leveraging squatting up. Right? When I first got into the business, did I have any buyers? No, not a single one. I didn't have any buyers. What did I do? I squatted up with a disposition wholesaler. So first things first, guys, you're in a market. You're starting to do outreach. You're starting to get deals. You're starting to get properties under contract. You're moving and shaking. You're TTPing. You're doing all the things that you're being taught to do. You're getting opportunities, whether you're doing an Astro Flip model where you're working and you're working with other wholesalers or other agents and getting deals by referral, whether you're doing TTP and you're getting leads by going out, cold calling them and talking to them, or you are doing what Pace is doing or teaches a lot of and reviving other wholesalers' dead leads, right? Which is a plentiful pond to get out there and get some opportunities. Whatever that is, first things first, there is a disposition wholesaler in your market that is crushing it right now. Here's what happened to me. When I first got into wholesale real estate, I was very talented at making relationships and getting deals sent to me from agents and other wholesalers. So I had opportunities. And I used this magical document called the option when I worked with wholesalers, and this magical document called the real estate purchase contract when I worked with real estate agents, and I got these deals under contract, but I had no buyers. So the first thing I did was I leveraged a disposition wholesaler. What's a disposition wholesaler? Well, the most famous one in America is Keegley, guys. But even if there's not a Keegley in your specific market, there is a disposition wholesaler out there who is crushing the game. And how do you know who they are? They're the ones that are sending out 2 or 3 emails every day. They seem to be very active. They've got all the deals. They're constantly emailing people. They've always got stuff. They've always got inventory available for sale. That's a disposition wholesaler. He's aggregating or curating the deals from other wholesalers in his marketplace, putting them all into one area and sending them out to a concerted buyers list. So the first thing you guys want to do when you're building your buyers list is leverage a disposition wholesaler. That's going to take a lot of guesswork out of the game for you right off the hop. All right. So rule number 1, become friends with, leverage a disposition wholesaler. Now that will do well for you for a specific amount of time. And you can leverage a disposition wholesaler for 6 months, a year while you're building your buyers list. So you can leverage this other person's buyers list while you're building your own in tandem. Again, sometimes these disposition wholesalers will have relationships with buyers that will be able to pay way more money than you'll be able to sell for on your own. So you may never decide to not use a dispo wholesaler, but first things first, use a dispo wholesaler. The second thing that you're going to want to do is start to build your buyers list. And that's something that not a lot of training programs will talk about, because not a lot of training programs are actually doing deals. Okay. And because they're not actually doing deals, they don't have advice for you on what to do, because they're teachers, not doers. All right. So first things first, guys, find a disposition wholesaler to work with and leverage their buyers list. The second thing you're going to want to do is start building your own. So what are some specific techniques that you can do to get out there and build your own buyers list? First things first, I like to look at who's available to buy my deal right now. Right now. Timing is key, because when you're dealing with buyers, a lot of times they've got inventory they're already working on. They've got flips they're working on. They may have all of their deals or all of their capacity full at the moment. Doesn't mean that they're not legitimate buyers. They're just not a buyer for you at your timing right now. So you want to find a buyer that is going to match up with your specific timing right now. And what's the way that you can do that? Well, one of the hacks that I love to do is I will comb, or somebody from my team will comb the MLS listings every single day. First thing in the morning, for 2 hours, they'll look at all of the new listings that have been put on the MLS, and they'll see which of these appear to be flip properties, right? What looks like it was just newly renovated, and it's not like some person's house where they're living in it and they're trying to sell it, but newly renovated. And the way that you'll know that it's a newly renovated house that's an investor remodel and not someone's home is look at the pictures of the master bedroom and see, are there clothes in the closet or no clothes in the closet? No clothes in the closet means it's a flip. Right now, what you're going to do is you're going to skip trace the owner of that property, and guess what they are? Ready for their next deal. They're a flipper ready for their next deal because they just listed one. I can tell you one thing. My very good friend here next to me, Pace Morby, he flips houses all the time, right? And how do I know when Pace is ready for a flip? Because he starts getting loud about it. And the reason he's getting loud about it is because he's just listed one that day. The day Pace Morby lists a flip is the exact day he's going to post on his Instagram, send me your deals. He's that predictable, right? As is every other rehabber. Every other rehabber is desperate for their next deal. The day they've listed their flip, they know they're ready for their next one. That's the day you reach out to them. So you're hacking the timing. But here's the added benefit to what I just taught you how to do. There's 2 parts to it. You see, you've got that rehabber's information now. You're skip tracing them. But guess what? The listing agent of that rehabber, that listing agent is a powerful person because they are working with investors. Yeah. So not only can that listing agent be a go-to for you to help you sell your deals to other rehabbers, but you can connect with that person to increase the number of buyers you're working with by all of the people that agent works with. So now you not only have one buyer, you could possibly have 100 from that one relationship.
You got to call him. You got to talk to the listing agent, and you got to be brave, and you got to talk to him, and you got to say, hey, listen, I'm out there every single day finding opportunities. Do you want me to reach out to you? Is it more appropriate to reach out to you or to your client? You know, because honestly, I mean, you can have that conversation because if you're calling both of them and all of a sudden you're sending it to the client, but not the agent, that could get a sticky deal. So, you know, a lot of times the owner of those properties is the agent. I mean, the best, you know, Jamil, the best flippers are licensed.
Correct.
Because they or their wife is licensed,
Yep.
you know, or their dad or somebody's licensed, and they make sure that they save the money that they would spend on hiring a realtor, and they become one themselves. So reach out to them and see and ask them, you know, are they looking to put, you know, first of all, give them props. What a wonderful product you put out. What a great house. You guys did an amazing job. I'd love to give you another opportunity. Are you guys in the market to look for another one right now? And
Yes,
then
sir.
boom. And you can do that all day long.
All day long.
I put it in my 90-day plan. Call 5 real estate agents that have flip listings every day. That's it. You do that. I am telling you, you will have like 100 buyers in no time. And then guess what you do? You trade those 100 buyers for somebody else's 100 buyers. Now you got 200 and 400 and 1,000 and whatever else. And now Jamil went and built it all himself, and you can certainly do that. But you can also trade up with people that you're squatting up with in your marketplace. And all of a sudden, you've got 1,000 cash buyers, and it's been 45 days.
Yep.
If you're really, really diligent about it. And then the bigger, I mean, you tell them, Jamil, the bigger your buyer base, the more opportunities you have to sell deals that maybe you didn't think were really deals.
Can I call a buyer today?
Sure. Sure.
Can we go through that process maybe a little bit later? I'd love to, like, Jamil, you coach me on a couple of things I should say, and I'll make the phone call like I'm brand new.
Love it.
And I'll purposely screw up and act nervous, and you guys coach me after I screw it all up.
Well, acting nervous doesn't have to be a part of the game, right? The thing that I always tell people is that you are as confident as you believe yourself to be, right?
I kind of want to just call, like, if I call a buyer, I think the first line I'm going to say is like, hey, I'm brand new. I don't even know what I'm doing quite yet, but I know I have really good leads. I'm hoping to get some help because I want to help encourage people to make these phone calls, even though they might not be the most amazing in their mind, right? Like in their mind, they think I have nothing to offer. So I'm going to show them, if we get to it, I'd love to get to it. If the audience, we're at 300 plus people right now. If the audience thinks they'll get value from it, I'd love to just jump in there and make a couple of phone calls to realtors and just act as if I'm a brand new investor and see like how easy it really can be.
Love it. Love it. We can do that.
I think, Pace, if you just jump on realtor.com, you could see the flip properties and then the agent's info is right there.
We're trying to flip right now. Why don't we have, even if you've got somebody watching, if Kelly can get onto the MLS right now while you're on the show and just see if she can identify a flip, or Pace, if you can pull it up on your screen, let's just pull up a couple of agents. We'll bring them on and have conversations. I wanted to jump into the next thing, right? And so you've got a deal. Say now you've got a house under contract and you've already done this. You've already looked at recent flips. But now you've got an actual property somewhere. You're sitting in a neighborhood in a whatever subdivision. You're going to look at the comps, right? You're going to go look at the comps wherever you got your ARV from. The first place you got your ARV from, that's already a buyer, because somebody who's flipped in a neighborhood before, guess what they'll do again? Flip in the same neighborhood. So what you want to do then is just look at where your property is located and see what comps are with ARV. All of those properties are potential buyers. So you're going to start compiling those addresses, those LLC names, and you're going to skip trace all of those individuals, and they will be potential buyers for you as well. All right. That's the second thing that you want to do. Another amazing way to go out and find buyers, guys, here's the third tip, is Facebook groups. There are so many fix and flip Facebook groups out there that have tremendous buyers in them, tremendous individuals hanging out all day long. Look, guys, I'm in Facebook groups. Pace Morby's in Facebook groups. In fact, both Pace and I both employ a staff to spend their time all day in these Facebook groups to find new opportunities for us to wholesale. So if we're doing that, if we have dedicated resources to doing that, don't you think it's worth your time to explore that opportunity as well? So these Facebook groups, these fix and flip Facebook groups are going to have tremendous individuals just sitting in there waiting for you to send them an opportunity. There'll be buyers in there, Scott. There'll be buyers in there, guys. 1,000% there are going to be legitimate buyers in there. So your Facebook groups are going to be fantastic places. In fact, you go into the Wholesale Hotline Facebook group, and there are so many high-level buyers in there waiting to do business with you. All you need to do is ask the question.
Do you guys mind if I answer this question right here? Let's see.
Can you start with that money? Sorry.
This one right here. DeMarcus Brown. How do you find the owner of an LLC? Do you mind if I show you a really basic way to do it?
Please.
Okay, so let's check this out. So let's go to, I'm going to do a little screen share if you guys don't mind. And I'm going to show you from if you don't even have the money to have any applications or anything like that, there is this one magical thing called Google. It's pretty dope. Okay, so let's check it out. So let's take a property that I own in my LLC. Okay, I'll show you guys how simple this really can be. And the property address is 136 South 91st Way. So I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to show you guys, let's go to this property in Mesa.
Why is
cool
Google
little trailer? You guys can see the house
on the website today?
What's that?
So why did Google have a picture of me with long hair on their website?
So you can see this is outdated, but you can see why this was such a good driving for a dollar's house, right?
Yeah.
Look how crazy. This could be like in a horror movie, by the way. Look how freaking creepy that is. You imagine walking through this at nighttime? Holy moly.
Yeah, but like what my question is which kid put the trike in there?
So this property, I went and built this house, sold it on, doesn't matter how I sold it, but let's just go to this. Let's see. Corporation Commission. Let's do that.
Yep.
Or how about this? Maricopa County Assessor. Okay, so let's find out who owns this property. Really simple. Maricopa County Assessor's Office. And if I type in the address right here, 91st Way, Mesa, what you're going to see is it's going to pop up and, oh, did I screw up did I type it incorrectly? Wow, I must stuck. Oh, I see what Jamil's saying. Funny guy. All right, so assessor. Boom. Zillow. Trulia. Maricopa County Assessor's Office right here. Let's pull this up and I'll show you guys that this property is actually owned by a company called PJ Morby. Okay, so PJ Morby, there's Virginia, there's Lemon, and where's 91st? There it is, 91st. So 136 91st Way is owned by an LLC. So how do I find who the owner of this little LLC right here is if it's owned by an LLC? It's not owned by an individual. Well, I click on the LLC, shows all the other properties that one LLC owns. So then I go to a very simple place. Where would I go, guys, to find out who the owner of the LLC
Corporation Commission.
Okay, cool. So let's go back to Google. I'm just doing this for like showing you how easy this is.
And by the way, Pace, just for everybody out there, Batch Skip Tracing skip traces LLCs.
They do.
I know. I'm just showing people, like, even if you don't have an app, it's there. Batch skip tracing is way easier than this. We would have already been done. But if you don't even have the money, you want to go show it. This is such a common question. But Maricopa County, oh wait, that's not what I want. I want Corporation Commission, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Arizona Corporation Commission.
Cool. So Arizona Corporation Commission. It's so simple, guys. It's kind of a cheat code. Now, it's way better, to be honest, if you guys just go through BatchDriven or batch leads, because I didn't have to go through all these steps. But check it out. Here's the owner right there, Pace J. Morby. Very, very simple. Then I go through and skip trace that. But why would you go through all those steps? Okay, you see all those steps? Guys, did that cost me any money?
Nope.
That didn't cost me any money. But now here's the challenge with that. I have to now take that person's name and go skip trace them. But if I just did it inside of batchleads.io/squad up, I would have gotten that skip trace for free. And I would have already had their name, phone number, and email all within about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yep.
Okay. So this is why people create these softwares, is to avoid that annoying process. The software just does all of it for you. So batchleads.io, guys, batchleads.io/squad up, and you get 50 skip traces for free. I'm going to throw it on the website. Now, there are people like Corey G says open corporates, but why would you go through that when you already have everything is on one app? Batchleads.io/squad up.
And it's new, guys. They just came out with LLCs and trusts. Now, it's not perfect. It's about 30-40%. Yeah. Right. This view, I have to move my camera. And so be patient with it. Pace is showing you for the other 60-70% that it doesn't come back with. Do this technique, pull the owner's info or the managing member's info, their address is there, and try to get a hold of them that way. Now, can I share real quick this screen?
Yes.
Because we're going to do just what Jamil said, okay? So share screen, share. Am I up, guys? Are we good?
No.
No, we can't see your screen, bro.
Oh, share.
Hey,
good?
Yeah.
We're there?
Booyah.
Booyakasha.
All right, so I'm at realtor.com, and there's a reason why. I think that their pictures are a little bit bigger and easier to scroll through easily. So I'm just here on realtor.com. I'm putting in Phoenix. I'm going to put this zip code here because it's a real popular zip code. Do you live in 018?
I do.
Jamil?
Yep.
Yeah, this is Jamil's zip code. Perfect. So we're searching here, okay? And what I want you to do here is under more filters, type in renovated. Okay? It's going to give you a little bit more love here, right? And you can see this is okay, but I don't know. I want to get a little bit lower price, but this is beautiful, right? Look at what's going on here. But this looks like it might be a brand new house, right, guys? So I'm going to look around. I'm going to look for some good properties. Here's a townhome that looks like it's renovated, okay? And look at this. The beautiful thing about this, do you see what it says right here? Contingent. That means that this property is under contract. That means that the flipper has successfully got this under contract with a buyer. Guess what they want to do next?
Buy another one?
They want to buy another one. Look at this.
Can't see the phone number. Is there a realtor phone number there? Can I call?
I'm going to get it for you, brother. So a couple different things here. I know that it's right here. So what I'll do is I'll just go here, and I'm going to right click this. I'm going to search Vicky. It might be right on the site there. There it is. Hasn't done a bio. There's her number. Let's
call her. Hold on. Before that, Brent, go back a second.
Yep.
Let's just do a little recon on her. No, go to that. Yep, go back. 1 sec. No, then that last screen. There you go. And check her Zillow. Go to Zillow.
It's 22 ratings.
But no, let's see her last listings. Let's see what they're showing us for listings. Let's get an understanding of what kind of agent Vicky is, right?
179, guys.
179. Let's look at those listings. They'll show us what those are.
Yep.
Right? Let's see how many of those appear to be flips.
You got 2 here, and she's got past sales here.
Right? Just throw up a couple of them. Just a flip. Absolutely.
Flip. Yep. Hold on.
This woman's a powerhouse.
Yep.
I want to know her.
Where it went.
You want to know Vicky. Vicky's a gangster, right?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
We gotta know Vicky. We gotta approach Vicky and say, Vicky, first off, you want to
look for sellers, not buyers. You want to look for when she's a seller, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Seller. Let's see this one. Yep. She's a powerhouse, man.
Right? Look at them. They're all flips. Beautiful homes.
Flip.
Now let's
somebody lives here, but you get it. She's good.
Let's just see if we can. I want to just show what the closets look like real quick. That's how we know, guys, that these are flips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Empty closets, no empty closets. The
towels here.
That's someone's house for sure.
Somebody lives here. Yeah. Here you go.
See, that's a person's house, not a flip, right?
Yep.
But it just gives you an idea of what's going on. So we wouldn't want to call the owner of this house on 22nd Street because they're not a buyer. They're a seller. They were just
we want to talk to Vicky.
Right. We want to talk to Vicky. Pace, you want to call Vicky?
I can't wait to talk to Vicky.
I can't wait to hear what Butterlips has to say to Vicky today.
Let's get her name again. I know it's in here. It's on Realtor because this is it, but there you go. You got it, Pace?
I can't see it. Hold on a second. Let me expand my screen real quick. There we go.
Let her know that 10,000 people are going to listen to her, are going to know who she is over the week.
Should I pretend like I'm just brand new?
Let me unscreen share it.
I think you should tell her exactly what's going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not?
I'm wondering, like, what would be the best value for the audience? What do you think, Jamil?
Well, let's say we're just an audience member, right? So my typical pitch is, hi, Vicky. I noticed you just listed a property that appears to be owned by a renovator. I have a deal right now. I have a deal that I want to move to a person that can fix and flip a house. It's a great property under contract. I'm wholesaling it. There's a great spread on this house. Would you want to present this deal to your buyer?
Well, what if I don't have a deal yet? What if I would need somebody like a Vicky to help me underwrite like the pricing and stuff like that?
No, you don't want to ask Vicky for that. You just want to send Vicky opportunities. Let me tell you the one thing about these agents, they're not going to do extra work. So you've got to send them deal texts. You've got to send it to them so they can just copy and paste and send it to their buyer. You ask this agent to do any extra work, it's not happening. It's going to fall apart right there. So what you want to do if you don't have a deal under contract is you call Vicky and you say, Vicky, I am amazing at getting trash houses under contract. That's the gift that I've been given from God is finding opportunities for your client.
I love it.
I want to be able to send you these opportunities, Vicky. What's the best way for me to do that?
Let's do it.
I think I've sold a deal to Vicky.
Hi, this is Vicky.
I cannot believe that Vicky, with as many listings as you have, you actually answered your phone. That is so unbelievably cool.
Who is this?
My name is Pace, and I am a real estate investor here local, and I just see you have a lot of listings. And I have this kind of cool business where I find undervalued properties and I sell them to fix and flippers, as you would probably call a wholesaler.
Yes. You know what? I am on the other line with my client telling her buyer just canceled. So
no problem. I'm just wondering if I have a deal, where should I send it? Because it looks like you represent buyers, or you represent some cash buyers.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have everything. So
is there a way you can either call me back or text me your email?
You can just email me at vanderhoffhomes@gmail.com.
Amazing. And applause to you for answering your phone. I appreciate it a lot.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
I have to admit, with how busy the market is right now, the fact that she actually picked up her phone means it's a power move. Like
100%.
So many agents have 2 listings a year, don't pick up their phone.
Listen, if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, and you don't add Vicky to your list, you are silly. I am telling you.
Yeah, she's like, I have everything. Vicky's awesome. I'm going to have Nick on my team reach out to Vicky and develop a relationship with her. That's amazing.
Unreal.
Love that.
So we've uncovered the magic of these real estate agents that wear multiple hats. They're investors themselves. They represent investors as well. All right. And so they can open doors to multiple buyers for you. We've uncovered the magic of these awesome Facebook groups where you can find these great cash buyers that are ready to do business with you. The first tip I gave you was leveraging a disposition wholesaler, right? And so we're knocking these down. The next thing that I think you guys should start looking at, and here is a social media that is very, very overlooked. Very overlooked. In
Are you
fact,
gonna say it?
none of us ever hang out there. LinkedIn.
Yeah, dude, that's how I found Josiah. That's how I found you, Jamil.
Yep.
No joke, no doubt about it. I found Josiah, and shoot, we've done over $1 million of business together. But I found Josiah on LinkedIn. This is before you guys even like officially like walk down the aisle.
Yep.
And he's going and he's like, oh, I got this buyer that's doing all these deals, and it's you, your secret buyer. And I reached out to him on LinkedIn. Literally, if you type in real estate investor in your market, Arizona, wherever, your city, it is amazing how many people pop up. Amazing.
100%.
Amazing.
Like, people are legit sleeping on LinkedIn.
Hey, bro, if you put together a LinkedIn profile, you're going to be a lot more serious than if you're, some crazy name on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Jamil, last time I was in Houston or traveling from San Antonio to Houston with you, you did a deal with a real estate agent where you guys both, I think, made like 50 grand each or something.
Yes, sir.
Bernard Mack has a really good question on the screen right now. You want to address that?
Bernie Mac. Yeah. What did Bernie Mac ask?
Bernie Mac
asked, how do you pay agents on wholesale deals? My man, here's the beauty of what you can do with a real estate agent when they bring you a deal, right? So first things first, you want to overcome the stigma or the negative connotation that wholesale might have with this real estate agent. So before you start getting into nifty compensation agreements and new ways to do the business and all that craziness, complete a deal. Okay. First things first, you want to start with trust. Okay. But how do you get the second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th deal from the agent? It's one thing for a real estate agent to bring you one opportunity, and many will do that. But how do you get that agent to bring you every opportunity they ever go on, every listing appointment they're ever on? How do you make sure that they send you that address first so that they can walk into that listing appointment with your cash offer in hand? How? Here's how. You talk to them about agency relationship and how, with you as the cash buyer alternative, they can become the iBuyer, just like Open Door, just like OfferPad, like Zillow, so that when they walk into a listing appointment, they can say, sir, madam, your house obviously is in distress condition. And this is only in situations where there's distress, okay? Only in situations where there's deferred maintenance on a house. Your agent's not going to walk into $1 million listing and say, I have a cash buyer for you. That would be crazy. But they will walk into a house that needs significant repair, and they will say, I can bring you this cash offer. In fact, I came with it in hand. And what this investor does is he actually pays me the commission himself. So this is a net offer to you, sir. This is net, meaning this offer for $200,000, this means you pay no closing costs. You pay no commissions. My buyer will pay me the commissions himself. Most sellers their brains will explode at that right there when they say, what, I don't have to pay you a commission? Your buyer pays you a commission? Yes, sir. And in fact, he'll also pay closing costs, and he'll be super flexible with you with respect to closing day, vacancy, post-possession agreements, removing items from the house, all of it. And he'll do this as is, where is, without any liability on you or any need for you to have to do any repairs. How does that sound? Well, that sounds amazing. Let's do that. Great. So then what I do with my agent is, because she's representing me and her agency fiduciary duty is to me, her duty is to get me as good of a deal as possible because she's representing me as the buyer, right? Her fiduciary duty is to me. So what I do to her is I say, agent, every time you bring me one of these situations, your commission will be 50% of my assignment fee. Rather than you just having to go out and work for 3%, I'm going to give you half of what I make. And trust me, I make way more money than you.
Mm-hmm.
So last few deals I've been doing with Monique, They've been $30,000 checks, $40,000 checks. In fact, when I was driving with Pace, I gave her the news that we were just splitting a $100,000 assignment fee on a $125,000 house. Her commission on that deal would have been $3,000. Instead, she made 50. And why would a realtor not want to bring you as many opportunities when you give them the ability to name their own price, to name their own paycheck? Like, you're flipping the entire script of what it means to be a real estate agent when they work with an investor like you. Because you're bringing them tools and opportunities and instruments that they can use to multiply their commissions by 10. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's three things. I mean, and I think that this is really important from what you were saying, Jamil, is I think it's really, really important. Three things: speed at answering when they send you a deal. Okay, right? That is critical. You got to be on it, on it, on it, on it. You got to be hungry for it. You got to be on top of it, looking at it, getting an answer for them right away. All right. Number two, you got to be able to close that deal. Right. And number three, they got to get paid. You do those three things. I mean, listen, this isn't, you don't have to go to school for this. You don't have to like have a degree for this. Literally answer your texts, answer your calls, call them back, get them excited, make sure the deal closes, and make sure that they get paid well. And they will work with you till the end of time, because the absolute fact of the matter is the best agents want to make more than 3% on every single deal. They want to make way more than 3%. But guess what they don't want to be? They don't want to be full-time wholesalers. They've got a reputation. They've got a lifestyle. Their whole life is built up to be real estate agents, to be representing people, to build up a network of people that will work with them years after years after years. And they've got their business cards and their signs and their billboards and their websites. They've got all this stuff. They don't want to be wholesalers. They just want to pass along an address and you say yes or no and what price. And boom, it is like magic. It is absolute magic. I'm telling you, it's absolute magic. I was the agent on that side. I was like, my first three deals, $92,000 in wholesale assignments. My first three deals, I represented the buyer and I locked up deals that were off market. And I got paid 3% because I didn't know what wholesaling was, but I was thrilled. And if that guy would have told me, I'll give you half of what I make on it, I might not have ever been a wholesaler. It was good in the long run for me, but I would have been like, I'll do this forever, right? But that's the truth. I mean, honestly, you start building that up with speed, answer really quickly when they send you an opportunity. You make sure that it closes and you make sure that they get paid. Then you could build up. I mean, how many agents do you think you have sending you deals, Jamil? How many?
Thousands, honestly. Thousands. You know, here's one right now that we've got on that just. And I work with Jake all the time. In fact, I met Jake through Pace. Jake's a fantastic guy. He's a home investor. They do a tremendous amount of deals in town. We work together, and every time Jake sends me a message, I will always answer his call. I will always respond to his text message. I always give him my numbers. Before he goes out on any appointment, we have a relationship. He sends me an address. I send him what my buy price is and what I can sell it at.
Jamil, do you pay him in escrow or out of escrow?
He uses us for disposition, so we get paid.
No, with agents, like with
I pay them on the HUD. I pay them on the HUD
every time.
Every single time.
Every time, guys. Every time it goes on the settlement statement. Every time it goes through the escrow company. Don't be playing that game. Right? Make sure that all of the finances of a real estate transaction are handled, if you're wholesaling, on that settlement statement. It's going to keep you out of a lot of trouble.
To see that Keegley's assignment fee, $49,000, agent commission to Remax, whatever, $49,000. I want them to see that those numbers match up.
Yep. I love it.
Yep.
I love it. It's
so. There was a great question here that came from, it got moved from Anna. Anna said, do you just reach out to any agent and tell them this? No, you can't start like that, right? That's like, so the thing here, Anna, is that this is far beyond, first date conversation. right? So you got to look at this when you're courting agents. You look at it like how you would talk to somebody in online dating. You just don't start off with like, hey, look at my abs, right? You got to be like, hey, these are the things I'm interested in. I like books and taking walks on the beach. I'm a Sagittarius. What about you? You know, like you got to get in. So the first things first, Anna, you got to approach these realtors with like, hey, I'm a normal person. I buy houses. I love to do business. Do you have anything off market that needs work that I can buy from you? You start like that. You complete one deal and then you bring them in. Then you bring them in for life.
Well, listen, Jamil, I mean, even with you, your sister would pop by our office. She would give us birthday gifts. You would give us big hugs every time that we saw you. You're giving, 1,000 people hugs at any kind of meetup event. I mean, if you've got a situation where there's realtors going into a RIA meeting are you kidding me? I mean, that's fish in a barrel. Get over there. Start talking to them. Start bringing it up. And listen, if you build a good reputation in your marketplace, your name will precede you. It will. I'm telling you, if you're out there, like we talked about, and getting loud and showing everybody what you're doing and showing how excited you are about this business and about real estate investing, people are going to naturally be drawn to you like a magnet. And they're going to want it. Oh, I saw your Instagram. Oh yeah, I actually follow you, blah, 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 blah. Oh, great. Let's do business together. Let's, and then you start, right? I mean, how many lunches have you been on? How many coffees have you been on? How many happy hours and meetings and, all those things? I mean, you went out for like years. You were like, oh man, you were everywhere.
Always.
Yep.
That's how the business started, right? It was one meeting, one phone call, one relationship at a time. And it's the thing that I've said before, and I'll say it again. It also has to be one kept promise at a time.
That's it.
Right? With these real estate agents, if you poop the bed on a deal, that's it forever.
Forever.
Will never do business with you again. They will hate you forever. And anytime they hear your name, they will talk smack about you. So make sure you've got your numbers right. Don't just go. And here's another thing is real estate agents sometimes will play gymnastics with you on numbers. You know what was interesting? I was at Pace's Mastermind on the weekend. Right. And which, by the way,
thank you to both Brent Daniels and Jamil Damji for that. By the way, there's a lot of people that freaking said that without you guys, it would have sucked.
Come on, phenomenal group.
I don't believe that. But
such a good group. Thank you guys for both showing up.
Thank you for having us there. Let me tell you about this interesting survey I took of the people that were in Pace's Mastermind. So I asked, how many of you in the room? There's 30 beautiful faces in the room. I asked, how many of you are licensed agents? And about half of them put their hands up, right? And I said, okay, great. Keep your hands up. How many of you licensed agents learned how to comp in real estate school?
Literally every single person lowered their hand.
Every single hand went down, which tells you, and these were people from all across the country, not just agents in Arizona or agents in California or agents in Florida. These were agents all over the country. And that tells us that in every single real estate school, they are not teaching agents how to understand value. So agents really don't know how to comp. You have to bring that skill to the relationship. Truly, you do.
They don't know how to comp distressed property. I mean, maybe beautiful ones that are remodeled that look exactly the same as a couple other comps, but a distressed property? A property that needs work, some of them even hire contractors to go in and give them a bid to show to the seller before they can start to put it on the market. And you're there like, hey, I'll give them this price. Will you see if if that works for them? And they're like, yes. And then boom, they get paid. I mean, it's crazy. Yep.
Ben asked, can agents be paid outside of 6%? Ben, agents can get paid anything.
Yeah.
A commission instruction is just a document that has blanks on it. You can write whatever you want in there. I can pay an agent $1 bajillion on a deal if I want to. I just have to name it. I just have to say it. That's it. And Jared asked, can we kind of role play what that conversation looks like when we're doing a 50-50 referral? And it's truly this. Brent, we just completed a deal. Brent, would you like to come out and have lunch with me? Yeah, let's celebrate that closing. I want to talk how we can do business. So, Mr. Daniels, thank you so much for bringing me that opportunity. It was a smooth escrow. We closed it quick. Wanted to let you know I greatly appreciated doing business with you, but I want to offer you an opportunity to do more business with me.
How many do you buy more properties? Are you buying properties all the time? Like, how big's your budget, Jamil?
I'm buying properties all the time. And my budget can really be whatever, unlimited, because I'm buying so often that truly, we can just say it's unlimited. Okay. Now, if I'm ever getting to a point where I'm saturated and I can't take any more, Brent, I'll tell you before you go out there and risk wasting your time bringing me opportunities that I can't buy. But I've been in this business for years and I haven't had a deal I haven't been able to buy yet. So let's pretend the budget's unlimited, okay?
So you just look for ugly house. You just want the ugly houses, or you want every house? What do you want?
I want those houses, Mr. Daniels, that when you walk into that listing appointment, you think, good grief, how am I going to sell this house?
Like the ones where you don't want to wear like open-toed shoes in?
Correct. Also, those ones where you know the price point's going to be low. And you know what hurt my feelings is I saw the settlement statement, right? I saw the settlement statement on the last deal we just did, and I saw that on that deal, you worked so hard because working with that seller was really difficult. And these houses that typically these sellers that have the worst houses are also going to be your biggest headaches. And you know that, and I know that that's true because they're not typically sophisticated. There's a lot of deferred maintenance, and you have to spend a lot of time educating them on the process.
It's a nightmare. And then if you do put it on the market, there's like 1,000 offers. You have to, as an agent, I have to keep every offer, whether it's accepted or not, for a year. I have to scan in all those offers. And then, you never know if people are going to close or not, or if they're legit or not. They try to bid you up. They try to call. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for like a whole week. And then there's backup offers. It's just a mess, so.
It is. Yeah. And the only reason you have to do all that extra work, Brett, is because you're representing the seller in those situations. And when I looked at the settlement statement and I saw that your commission was $3,800 on that deal, I thought, you know what? Had Brent represented me on this deal, I would have paid him $20. Not $20, Brent, $20,000.
$20,000. You
literally left $17,000 on the table on that deal. I want to show you how you can change this. Moving forward, before you go to a listing appointment, let's do this. Send me the address.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this property, because you're talking to them on the phone, you're pre-qualifying, going out in the listing appointment. You know what renovations they've done, if they've done any. So if they tell you the house is in original condition, it's one that you need to send to me to get a number from. What I'd love to equip you with is an offer. When you walk into that listing appointment, you can say, I came bearing gifts. Here is my cash offer on this property. And I'll sign that offer before you go into the listing appointment so you have it as legitimate. They could ratify it right there on the spot and we could have a deal. But what this will mean is you're going to be representing me. And since you're representing me, I get to dictate how much I want to pay you. And the reason why I've told you that you left $17,000 on that last deal is because ultimately I made $40,000 on that deal.
What? How?
That's just what I do. I have my business is buying and reselling. This is what I do. I buy, close, or resell. I buy, close, and fix. I do so many different exit strategies. And because I'm gifted at understanding real estate as an investment, I have relationships that will pay top dollar and that'll allow me to make a hefty profit on a deal.
So I don't represent the seller. I represent you. Like I'm literally going in there with an offer. Now, if they don't want it, I can list it, right?
Then you just tear up representation with me, you tear up my offer, and your fiduciary duty goes to the seller.
I could market that I have a cash offer for these people as well, right? I mean, I could just go into them and tell them that.
Every time. In fact, what I allow you to do, Brent, is level yourself up to the iBuyer. You know that iBuyer that's been giving everybody anxiety for the last 48 months?
Yeah.
Why allow it? Why allow yourself to have your business taken away from Silicon Valley when I can make you Silicon Valley yourself? So
if you lock up the deal, we split the deal 50-50 on whatever you make?
Correct. I will my upside with you 50-50.
Is there like documentation that'll, make sure that we're all above board?
Yeah, we'll do it through commission instruction. In fact, I'll pay you before the deal closes. I'm not talking about you having to wait a year for me to pay you. I will pay you on closing.
Yeah, it's got to go through my brokerage.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would never pay you outside. That is great. That's gray area, and that's not how I do business.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, I work in an area that it's only older houses. Like 2 out of 5 of the houses I go to on a weekly basis need total renovation. I mean, they were built in the 50s and 60s. I mean, some of them aren't that bad, but some of them, bro, they're terrible. I mean, they're really rough. And I'm telling you, once we put it on the market, oh God, it is a tornado, man. It really is.
I'd really like to change that situation for you, Brent. How many listing appointments do you go on in a week?
2 to 4. 2 to 4 typically. Yeah.
It is not a problem for me to have you text me the address right before you get out, and I will give you my cash offer. And in fact, Brent, when I give you my cash offer number, that's a guaranteed buy. Unless you get to the house and it's falling apart, the foundation is broken, and it's like burnt down or something. There's something significantly different from what I'm imagining. I'm always going to imagine it's just this like distress. But if you see major issue, just take a picture, send it to me while you're in the appointment. I'll make the adjustment and give you my number right there.
Love it. I love it. I mean, listen, I mean, it's, I mean, if I could go in there with just a cash offer on some of them, not all of them, of course. I mean, if they want to be represented, I got to represent them. I'm just letting you know that right now. But if I could go in there with a cash offer and we split the deal and you're paying for it all. I mean, you're buying this thing. I mean, wow, that's incredible.
Great. Well, why don't we try?
Let's do it. Yeah. I mean, the next one I got one, coming up next week. I got to just finalize the appointment, but I'll send you the address and you can give me an idea of what you think. I think it'd be a good one. Honestly, the bones are good. I've, kind of checked it out before, but give me an offer on it. I mean, I'm going to let you know though, if it's too low. If it's too low, it's, I'm not going to offend people. You know what I mean?
Of course. And Brent, I just want you to know that I offer 100% of as-is value, but I'm only buying houses that need work. So
I get it. No, I get it.
House, don't even bother with me because my number will be too low.
Yeah.
But I pay 100% of as-is value.
Bro, I could pull a list and call all the ugliest houses and just tee them up for you. I mean, that's what I do now. I just call people for listings. That's what I do all day.
Love it.
Boom.
Boom. That was the conversation. Jared just said, why would the realtor give those instead of being the seller's fiduciary and listed at top dollar? Jared, we are talking about can't be sold at top dollar.
Can I jump on the fiduciary answer there? Because I actually know the answer, and I personally know fiduciaries. I know Jamil, you as well. People that their sole job is to be a fiduciary in a probate transaction.
Yep.
Being a fiduciary is not always getting the highest price. Sometimes being the fiduciary means watching out for the seller's best interest. So let's talk about a family has debts to settle, or let's talk about siblings who are fighting and it's destroying the relationships inside the family over a property. The fiduciary's responsibility is to get the highest and or the best offer. And I have gotten a lot of deals through fiduciary referrals that are like, yo, these family members are going to kill each other. Can you just get me a cash offer right now? There's no way they can make it through a listing. There's no way. So even houses in good condition, Jamil, one of the last properties I sold through you in Las Sendas that Jacob ended up buying, that property was in a great area, in a great condition. They could have easily thrown it on the market, but the situation did not allow for it. And so the fiduciary's responsibility is not the highest price. It is to solve the problem for the seller. So guys,
the problem for the seller was there was a squatter in the house.
Yeah, it was a family member squatter. Yeah.
A family member squatter that nobody wanted to confront. Nobody wanted to deal with. We were in the middle of COVID. So getting somebody out was really difficult. And so they said, look, we understand we're selling at a discount, but you're inheriting crazy sister.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it. That was it. That's what we did. But I also want to speak to. Can you put that statement that Jared's yes, because he wants to try to handle the listing agent's objections. So Jared, the fact is that when you're talking to a listing agent, all you're doing is saying to them in those homes, in those situations where it's a nightmare listing for you, where you know there's a lot of distress, where you know there's a lot of deferred maintenance, and this seller is not going to have the money to fix the house, and it's not going to be financeable on conventionally or through FHA, and it's going to be a difficult process. Those are the deals I'm talking to you about. And that's when you would go to the seller and say, look, here's the cash offer. I represent the buyer and he pays my commission. That's it.
Yep.
That's
and
it.
a hack I really like is I like going into the lower priced areas, guys. Like here in Phoenix, I'll go into the properties that are under 190,000 now. It used to be 150,000. It used to be 100,000. I'd look at all the listing agents there and I'd call them up because they are literally listing properties that I want to buy. They're literally listing these properties that are in rough shape. And I have that conversation with them. Hey, listen, like before you put it on the market, would you consider if I give an offer to the owner directly? I mean, through you represent me, but we can split the deal. Right. And these are people that I mean, some of them specialize in listing really rough properties. And listen, if they want us to buy them themselves, if they have other flippers, great. Try to, and I love what Jamil's backup, if you have a buyer, that's fantastic. I just want to be number two. If they run out of funds, I want to be number two. I want to get the opportunity, and you go and you do it. And remember, Jared, not all agents are going to be like, cool, I'm going to send you all these opportunities, but if you get a nice stable of 10, 15, 20, 50 of them, Jamil has thousands, but we have 45,000 realtors in Phoenix?
48.
Right? Huh?
48,000.
48,000. Trust me, there's enough people. There's enough opportunities out there.
Look at this handsome man on our screen, Rylas Dana.
Dang.
Our favorite probate attorney in Phoenix, Arizona. He's amazing, guys. If you have not followed Rylas Dana on Instagram, you are missing out. Rylas is jumping in, talking about the fiduciary part. And I've done multiple deals. Actually, the deal I was just talking about in La Senda's, Jamil, actually was with you that came from Rylas.
Right.
So Rylas, thank you for all the business you've sent our way, bro. We appreciate you. We love you. You've provided so much value to this community. It's ridiculous. How cool is it to have a probate attorney jump into Wholesale Hotline that you actually get to do deals with?
It's nuts. It's nuts.
It's the coolest.
It's the coolest. Do you have a download or anything? I know that. Well, go ahead. You first, Jamil, and then I'll give some people some tools if they want it.
If I had a thought, it's gone.
Okay. No, I have in ttpinsider.com, TTP Insider, I have a cash buyer pack, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it kind of outlines some of these strategies here, but it shows you how to get your first 100 cash buyers, which I think is really, really, really critical. Because once you have that, then you can do some creative things with trading up and everything. But at ttpinsider.com, look for the cash buyer pack. It's in the toolbox.
Brent, did you know that Pace turned 28 yesterday?
I know, it's his birthday, man. Come on, he hasn't said much because he's exhausted from what were you doing last night? Something about spanking and tickling and something. What was
laid.
That?
Get 100% getting laid.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's why you have stars in your eyes. I see it. I
got laid in the morning, and then at nighttime I played golf with my buddies, and then at nighttime my wife.
Yep.
Got everybody sushi. We had sushi over at Jamil's house. We had Nobu. It was great.
Not just sushi, but she brought $1,000 worth of Nobu over, and we finished all of it.
All of it.
I love it.
It was a good birthday. It was a really good. I don't like when people buy me things, but I like doing things with my buddies, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And you were actually freshly shaved yesterday, but after making sweet love and all that sushi and golf,
I'm a real man,
the beard
dog.
just popped right out because of
This
you
is a
being
5
so
o'clock
manly.
shadow.
Yeah, that's it. Happy birthday, brother. Everybody say happy birthday to Pace in the comments if you haven't already.
Actually, Pace and I talked about what would make Pace happy for the Hotline audience to do for his birthday. And so, guys, remember that, Pace? We were talking about the reviews. So we are on Apple Podcasts. Okay, we're on Apple Podcasts, and for Pace's birthday, because you all love him and he's given you so much value for 53 episodes, for 53 shows. Pace has delivered week after week after week after week, and his gift, what he wanted as a gift, and he was too modest to ask, but I'll ask for him. He wanted all of you to go to Apple Podcasts and write a review of Wholesale Hotline, because he wants Wholesale Hotline to rank better than Gary V's podcast. So please go to Apple Podcasts, guys, and review Wholesale Hotline and let Pace know, because we'll see your name, so we'll be able to tell that you actually did it. There's 400 of you watching right now. I hope there's 400 reviews tonight.
Yeah, guys, we just gave you the link, actually, podcast.apple.com and, all that fun stuff. It's on the screen right now. It's also in the side chat. Please copy and paste it and just go over there and do us a quick review. Give us 6 stars for hell's sake.
We've got 36 5-star reviews. Here's the thing. We're doing a better job, guys. Pace has Kelly working on this every single day. We're going to make this a lot more digestible and really, really, really a solid podcast so that you can listen to this as you're driving around. You don't have to worry about YouTube ads kicking in or whatever the hell happens. But you can, just listen to the audio of this. It really helps playing it back, going through it. It's 90 minutes a week. And we're going to do a better job labeling which episode is which and what the new, shorten the ridiculously long intro and make it really, really great for you guys. So check it out. I know that a lot of people listen to it every week, and we're going to make it even better, and it's just going to be absolutely bananas. So please, if you could go review that, check it out. And that would be huge for Pace's birthday.
For everybody that's an iTunes person, go to iTunes. Anybody that's an Apple user, anybody that's an Android user, I just gave you the Spotify link to leave a review. There's a couple of people in here that said they don't have an iPhone, otherwise they would. So now you can give me my birthday gift that I've been always wanting. I've been waiting 52, 53 episodes to wait for asking for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even today, he was like, Jamil, I just don't know. I don't want to ask for that. And I was like, no, bro, it's your birthday. Everyone loves you, man. They want to do these. Everybody wants. If people could give Pace $1,000 or $10,000 for his birthday, everybody would. But all he wants is a review. That's all he wants.
Awesome. What else? So,
on to the next thing.
Yeah. So Jamil, so this is an interesting thing. And I think that you got to set a little bit of ground rules on how to make sure that when you are when you're adding to your cash buyer list, you're not adding pretenders that don't really know what they're doing. They are kind of trying to figure it out. They don't really have buyers, or they do have buyers and they have a good reputation, but they're very slow in the process. What advice do you give to people that are just kind of, you know what I mean? That are just.
Hey, can I stop you guys right here real quick? I don't know if you guys know about this. Okay.
No.
But I turned on Super Chat not too long ago. Okay. Do you guys know what Super Chat is?
No.
So look on the screen right here. It gives anybody that's on YouTube, it gives them the ability to tip the show as a thank you. So Dario Rodriguez, who's been watching for a long time, just donated $5. Bro, thank you so much. Honestly, it does cost us
for the show.
Bro, thank you. Thank you. I was just on the phone with Kelly like an hour before the show today, and we were talking about how much thousands and thousands of dollars we've spent on the show. And Kelly's like, you guys are crazy. You've been doing the show for this long and you don't make any money from it. I'm like, that's how much we freaking care. She's like, I know. That's why I love working for you guys. But Dario, now I can do something. What am I going to do with that $5? Should we start making some t-shirts and oh my gosh, Adrian Collins, check this out. Guys, thank you so much. We appreciate the super chat donations. Thank you so much.
Streamer right now. Do I show them my boobs?
Yeah, show them your boobs.
I think it's only right.
All right.
You guys want to see some boobs? I mean,
there we go.
Guys, hurry up and take a screenshot of this. I'm going to take Adrian. Thank you so much. Your donation is right on Jamil's chest right now.
Yep.
His man boobies are on the screen for that $4.99. Thank you guys so much.
Jamil, can you use batch leads to search if people actually closed on properties?
Yes. In fact, they've made it even better now because they're aggregating all that information, and they actually give you they give as part of the membership or the fee, you can download the cash buyers list. They will aggregate a cash buyers list for you in your area. They'll take all the tax record buyers They will put it on a list for you. Then you skip trace that list, and now you've got a list of cash buyers and their phone numbers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Guys, please take a screenshot of this. Take a photo. Put this guy on Instagram right now. Jamil's boobs do need their own show. Hey, where's the blue genie, bro? I thought if you took your shirt off, you'd be blue.
No. But hey, look.
No, the reason, and it goes back to that question, Jamil, right? Of are they really legitimate buyers, or are they people that are just pretenders? And I think that if you do a little bit of due diligence and you add people that are actually closing these properties, that are either have a really good reputation in the marketplace, or as somebody that is like a dispo company, right? Or they actually are the buyers. That's who you want to work with.
Well, here's the thing. Look. What is wrong with working with a newer wholesaler that's gone out and created a relationship with 5, 10, or 20 buyers? What's wrong with that? In fact, that person can act as your dispo wholesaler. They might have a small list, but it doesn't mean that they're fake or they're a pretender. It just means that they want to focus on selling the deal. So now it's an opportunity to sell the deal. Like, I think using the instrument of the option agreement is a fantastic and a non-exclusive option to boot. If you can send out 5 non-exclusive options to people and have 5 different people out there marketing your deal for you. At the same time, you can market your deal yourself.
Love it. Got it.
Jamil, you look so good today, bro. I don't think you've ever looked any better.
I mean, look here. I'll even take my hat off and show you guys all my new hair.
He's been getting a lot of comments about that hair.
I'm growing it out for the TV show because I can't wear a hat on TV.
What are you going to do, Pace? It's just going to be a part? Just going to part it up? Give the old swoopity doop? Oh, nice.
Oh, look at that.
That's your hair left over from yesterday morning. I see. Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
No, people didn't realize I'm covered in tats. It's funny, eh? It's like it's a weird thing.
I like them. I think you look great.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So, tax records, right? Tax records, great place to find buyers. And just so happens that batchleads.io/squad up, you can get cash buyer lists from that. They aggregate all the tax buyer data information, and they create a cash buyer list for you, which is a fantastic way to go out and get some buyers. So now, guys, we've given you some amazing techniques on how to find buyers, but how do you make them buyers now? Finding them is one thing, but bringing them into your fold and making them your business and making them a part of your business and making them loyal to you and making them do business with you is something else. So how do you do that? The one thing that I think is the laziest thing you can do is just start adding buyers to your list and start sending them emails. They're not going to want to do business with you. They don't know who you are. That's as cheeky as me just sending you a DM with like this and be like, want to go out on a date? Like, no, I don't. You're hairy, bro, or whatever it is. You don't start with your shirt off. I couldn't take my shirt off in front of 400 wholesale hotline viewers if you hadn't watched me for 53 episodes. If this was episode 1, this would be episode done.
I don't know.
Look, we got another $5 from Taylor Evans.
All right.
And we got another $2 from Dario. Jamil, most efficient way to keep track of buyers.
Podio, baby. Podio.
Is that just something that you set up, or is it easy to do? Is it something that you need is it something you need right away?
It's free and it's easy and you don't need it right away. I didn't use a Podio for years. I used a black book. I used a notebook and a pen, and in fact, I would just have everybody saved in my phone as buyer, and their last name would always be buyer. So if I just searched buyer, 40 people, 50 people, 100 people would show up, and then I would just copy and paste my deal text and send it to everybody.
Would you guys think it'd be valuable if we brought Cody Barton, my partner, in here to go through Podio and all that stuff next week?
You guys, I feel like me being topless is getting us money. What about you, Brent? Let's see what happens.
Ryan Peterson, bro. Thank you. Sub 2 student. Thank you, brother. Same thing with Dario. Dario's a sub 2 student. Ryan Peterson, thank you, bro.
Oh. To take your shirt off. What did he say there? Man, this is going off the rails. All right. Well, screw it. There we go.
Woo!
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at those guns, bro. Ryan is an OG.
Wholesale hotline.
OG.
It's gonna cost you $50 to get paces off.
Probably a little bit more. I've been working out pretty hard. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more than that.
Okay, what's the price?
I have to take my the problem with me taking my shirt off is I have to take my Mormon underwear off, and it's like a thing.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
You know.
He's got a garment. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's cute as heck, though.
I get it. Adorable.
It's a onesie.
I actually should get the onesies, dude. I 100% should. My wife might come on here and she might take her shirt off for $15. You never know.
Oh, jeez.
Nothing cuter than a Mormon onesie.
Yeah, it's great. I have like a pouch in the back or a latch in the back that I sit down on the toilet and flap it down.
Oh my gosh. All right. So there was a question. How do you pay the agent when they sell a deal for you?
Yep.
Right. Let's talk about that, guys. So you want to always communicate to the realtor that the price that you're sending them the deal at is net to you. So they need to add their commission on top. So make that expressly clear. Otherwise, agent brain's going to take over and they're going to think that there's 3% worked in for them. Or do the work for them and just add 3% or add 10K or whatever it is to the deal and say, send them the deal text and say, I've got 10 grand or I've got 3% or I've got that worked into the price. That's it. So you send them the deal text and then you explain to them how they're getting paid. Never leave that up never make that ambiguous. The worst thing you can do is not deal with that conversation right up front. Because if you allow the agent to decide, or if you allow the agent to draw the conclusion themselves, they'll always think there's 3% worked in for them. So you have to tell them. You have to tell them exactly what it is.
Here's what I'll do, guys. Next week, I won't bring my Mormon underwear to the show. Okay. And I will take my shirt off if I come back next week and we have 100 reviews on Wholesale Hotline. We have 400 people watching today. If only 25% of people went to Wholesale Hotline iTunes, which I'm going to give you guys the link again, I will go shirtless the entire episode, and I will force my homies to go shirtless as well. In fact, here's what we'll do. We'll have Cody Barton come in next week, and we won't tell him what's going on until the 1 minute mark, and we'll tell him he has to take his shirt off. So all four of us will take our shirt off. We want to get 100 episodes. Well, Kimberly says, welcome to Chippendales.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
I love it.
Edutainment, guys. We're here to entertain you, to train you, and to help you make a ton of money. And at the same time, you get to look at my prison tats. I think Brent's looks more like a county tat than mine.
I got that in county.
Brent, they say, is that a banana on your arm?
No, it's just it's a bird.
Yeah, it's an eagle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sean Taylor says, new name for the show, Wholesale Men's Strippers Hotline. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Latron Jones, thank you so much for the super chat money. Guys, you guys have hooked it up.
Yeah,
this is great. Now I gotta get.
We've ever made money on the hotline. This is crazy.
This is great. Thank you guys so much. This is a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. I promise you I will go shirtless all episode long next week with my partner, Cody. I'll make him embarrassed the whole show. If you guys can get us to 100 reviews on iTunes,
that shouldn't be hard.
I will embarrass the guy.
There's 400 of you here. If only a quarter of you love pace.
There you go. We got 36. If we have 136 by next week, it's going to be a fun show.
Omar,
Jamil, what do you do?
Look at this. Another $10, guys.
What are you? They're trying to get that shirt off, Face. They don't give it. They're not buying this whole Mormon, underwear thing. Jamil, is there some way to, when you're having a conversation, because this was asked to me last week, actually, on my show. And by the way, guys, everybody, Pace is live on Sundays for Sunday service. What time is that, Pace?
7 p.m. Sunday.
7 p.m. Sunday. Jamil is live with Ty the Flip Man on Thursday at what time?
Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Arizona.
This is all on YouTube, and I am live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Arizona time, which is Mountain Standard right now. So there's a lot of opportunities. There's 4 opportunities to ask questions, guys. So make sure that you join us all for those. But one question that I was asked last week is, do you have a script when you're reaching out to cash buyers that kind of gets the door open, or at least something that people can kind of feel comfortable with, so that they can make those calls, so that they feel brave enough to make those calls? Is there something specific that maybe you say, or are you just going into it and trying to be friendly and and try to open up the door a little bit?
Well, there's a couple of things, right? It depends. Are these guys that where did the buyer come from? So are you getting this buyer from a tax record sale where you've seen they bought a flip or they've sold a flip? First things first, I would say is, hey, I realize that you're a cash buyer, you renovate property, but I noticed you overpaid on your last purchase. I have significant deals, way better deals than the last one you bought. Where do I send those opportunities to you so that you can take a look at what I have to offer?
Love it.
Right. Second thing is, if you're looking at that cash buyer and you want to potentially see if they've got other business for you, once you've created a relationship with them, a lot of times these cash buyers are holding inventory and they're not quite sure which ones they want to go vertical on and which ones they might just wholesale off. These cash buyers can also become sellers for you.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. 100%.
We have another 12 minutes on the show. There was one last thing I wanted to share about finding buyers.
Go for it.
So now, guys, we know where we're going to be able to find these cash buyers that are going to renovate the house. All right. Now, what about buyers that'll pay a little bit more money? Buy and hold buyers. Where do we find buy and hold buyers? Okay. We find buy and hold buyers in the following places. Get your pens out. Okay. You're going to find them at Zillow.com, and you're going to find out who is self-managing their properties. So you're going to look for rentals on Zillow.com, and you're going to see they're going to be listed by a guy named Doug, a guy named Doug, or a girl named Amy, or whatever. Just a person, not a real estate company, but just a person. You're going to know that individual is a landlord because they're self-managing. Call that individual and let them know that you have their next rental. Go section8.com, another amazing listing service for landlords who rent to Section 8 tenants. Call those individuals and let them know that you have their next rental. The next thing you do is all of those property management companies that you found on Zillow and also that you'll find on Go Section 8, call the property management companies. They're always licensed agents. All property managers are also licensed agents. Guess what? They want to sell more houses to their buyers or to their clients because that means more property management income for them. So you call that property management company and you say, I have a portfolio of properties, or I have a number of properties that you can sell to your landlord clients. Who's in charge of doing that at your office? And let me speak to them so I can get you my information, get you my inventory. And then lastly, guys, the last thing that I want to share with you now, this is outside of buy and hold. This is outside of fix and flip. These are just capital protection buyers. So people who want to buy real estate for cash flow or capital protection, not sophisticated agents, probably a lot of folks that are in the stock market or into crypto or other investment opportunities, high net worth individuals that will still invest in real estate. How do you find them? How do you find them, Brent? Here's how you do it. You go to Zillow.com and you change the search parameters to only look at houses that are $1 million plus. That will give you all the zip codes for where all the $1 million homes are. Then you go to batchleads.io/squat up and you pull all the property owners in those zip codes. You skip trace them and you reach out to every single one of them, because every one of them lives in $1 million house. They probably have they have a high net worth, all right? And they are involved in investments. All rich people invest their money. Now, these aren't going to be sophisticated buyers, but they will pay significantly more than the buy and hold investor as well as the fix and flipper. If you can get this individual in on even a $10,000 equity play when they close, they'll buy that deal.
Yep.
There you go, guys. I think
and the second, and just one little thing, the second biggest buyer besides you that I've sold more deals to, I met at the foreclosure auction. The guy's bidding down, Spencer, at the foreclosure auction. You go down to, and you can Google it. You can go and Google it and find out where the foreclosure auctions take place. There are professional bidders there. Now, sometimes it's just the employees, but that's at least a little bit in the right direction, right? And you go and you talk to them, and you don't talk to them while they're bidding. You wait till there's a break and you say, hey, listen, I find off-market properties. I'm out there every single day making calls, knocking on doors, going out there, finding opportunities. When I find something, do you think that you would have a buyer for it? And I am telling you, we have done so many deals that way, so many deals because we added them to our database, and it was just a random person that bids, and they have thousands of buyers that bid with them at auction, right? I mean, that's the second biggest buyer that we work with. Yep. is the guys that bid at the foreclosure auctions.
It's fantastic. I mean, honestly, if you guys didn't get a tremendous amount of value from today's show, just based on how you can disposition and how you can find buyers and how to communicate with agents and doing that, and how you can get them to bring you deals and how you can get them to bring you buyers and all that. I mean, legit, this was $1 million plus education today, guys, that you all got for one review. Review.
I mean, honestly, I've got access to like the top coaching programs that cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and this is not even close. I mean, they're not even close to this. I mean, I'm just telling you, this is the real stuff. We're not trying to teach you the easy things to just go out there and make so that because it's easy to teach them. We're showing you the things that actually work the best. Remember, there's a big difference between education and instruction. And Jamil just spent 90 minutes or 84 minutes of giving you like the perfect instruction for building up your cash buyer database. And it is the difference between averaging $5,000 a deal and $15,000 a deal. It's the difference between averaging $12,000 a deal and $37,000 a deal that we're doing right now is building up your cash buyer database. And that is real. And once you build it up, trade it. Build it up, trade it. Build it up, trade it. Don't try to trade it with Jamil. They've got their own. They've got way more than you. It's an unfair trade. But if you can find somebody that will trade with you that's in a similar position that has 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000, it's a great way. I traded with everybody in that Go Giver group and blew up our cash buyer database. It was absolutely fantastic. And from there, I literally went from 13,000 to now over 37. It was 28 last year. Now we're at 37 so far this year. It's early, but we love it. And that's one reason, because of the cash buyer database. Incredible. It's the truth. You can you want to make double the amount of money this year, double your cash buyer database.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's up for next week, guys? What are we doing?
I think we should have Cody Barton come on and talk about Podio and CRMs and, especially like you even get questions about buyers, right? How do you organize your buyers? How do you organize your list? How do you organize, I'll have Cody come in and just break that all down for you. We do some screen share. If everybody in the comments really want to learn that, we'll break it down. Just throw some comments on the side.
I think that's fantastic. In fact, there's no one that I know that's better at that stuff than Cody, and it would be amazing to have him on here. We haven't had Cody on as a guest on Wholesale Hotline, and he's in my opinion one of the best in the business at doing this. And Pace, if you can bring him on here, it would be just fantastic.
Yeah. And I think it's great because we'll have 136 plus reviews, and Cody could be on here for the first time. Topless, so he'll love it.
I do want to show you guys a couple things, if you don't mind, for the last couple minutes.
Knock it out, brother.
So I've got this cool little thing. I'm gonna go solo on you guys.
Yep.
Look at this deal that I've got right now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys see this right here? Hold on, let me show you a couple of things. So, number one, hold on a second. My iPad really is trying to go slow. But anyway, look at this, 14,532. And then look at the very top of that. Can you guys see the top of it? It says sub 2 assignment. Do you know who I'm doing this deal with?
I do.
I'm doing it with Mr. Brent Daniels. Mr. Brent Daniels is selling me a sub 2 deal for 14,532 assignment fee. Okay, and I want to show you one other thing real quick. Let's go to my email, and I want to show you guys, look at all these freaking deals that are popping up, by the way. My inbox is going crazy. So, these are old. What the heck? So I just got an email from Tidal, and Tidal's saying, and I got to say thank you. This is all for Brent. I got to say thank you to Brent Daniels because there's so much going on in my world right now because of freaking Mr. Brent Daniels. But check this out. Okay, well, who cares about that? That's stupid. Right here, I just closed this crazy good deal. I'm going to make about $3,000 a month on an Airbnb cash flow net in my pocket from one of Brent Daniels' freaking students, TTP students, selling me a deal. By the way, look at my inbox. DocuSign. Dude, my wife is cranking out. Our team is cranking out. But Brent Daniels, dude, thank you so much. Getting your TTP students crank out and sending me deals. Like, I freaking love it. So guys, if you are running into challenging deals, no equity, whatever, please come to Sunday service, sell me deals. I'm looking for deals in Phoenix to buy long-term. I'm the buyer, not assigning them, nothing along those lines. Vegas and Atlanta, I am personally buying. Oh, and Dallas. I'm personally buying. I just bought a $600,000 home in Dallas for Airbnb. I just bought a $1.3 million home in Atlanta for Airbnb. So all creatively, full purchase price. In fact, that home I'm buying from Brent Daniels and his team, I'm paying full retail for that. And Brent Daniels is making $14,500 on top of the retail price.
By the way, Pace,
yeah.
You think that we could do this?
What? Brent, make a video on negative. 100%. I'll come into the studio this week. We'll go through it. Let's do it. All right. That'd be a great video. We'll try and get more views on that than we did on the. Trying to get my shoulders the same height as. We'll try and beat out that last one we did for the pre-foreclosure mastery, dude. Yep. Love it. Scott Jenkins says, how about LA, bro? Is that Louisiana or is that Los Angeles? Because I will. It means in LA. Scotty works out in California. I'm so sorry, but I am so deathly afraid of what's going on with Gavin Newsom on long-term buy and holds. I think wholesale fix and flip right now in LA is great, but I think long-term buy and hold, I have no idea what's going on with that government. So I'm going to stay away from that for a while. But if you guys have even negative equity, I will buy it subject to or seller finance. You guys let me know what you got. Awesome. You guys were at 6:30. I hope everybody went off, or if you didn't yet, please go leave a review for Pace's birthday. Also, because Brent and I got naked. Why don't you take us home, Brent? Yeah, guys, incredible episode, episode 53. Make sure that you check out the podcast at Wholesale Hotline at all the major podcasts
little apps. Make sure that you leave a review. We really, that really helps us to expand this message and to get the right information so that you can squat up with the best people around the country. We love you guys so much. This is a tight group of people. Not a lot of people know what wholesaling real estate is. And so we want to make sure everybody's out there and has the tools that they can and the skills that they're developing so that they can be as successful as possible, because we truly do love you guys. Jamil, you absolutely crushed it today.
Yeah, you did. You crushed it so hard. Before Jamil responds to that, next 2 weeks, this is what I'm thinking. Cody Barton comes in, CRM, systems, Podio, all that stuff next week. The following week, I think we talk a little bit about private lenders. Are you guys down for a private lender conversation?
Be so good. Yep.
I'll bring in a couple of my private investors. Like, we'll bring them in, maybe interview them for like 10 minutes and just, get the mind of an investor and what are they all about and who are they? Are they real people? Or are they these fictitious leprechauns that hide underneath sunflowers? Who knows? But I think that could be a topic for the next coming week after Cody Barton. Systems genius.
Awesome. Love you guys. Until next week. Give us a review.
Thank you guys. We'll